Hey folks, welcome back to this thing that I do where we make historic Brawl decks for every single historic Brawl commander, and right now we're doing all of the cards that are legal in the Baldur's Gate Alchemy Horizon set. Today, the card we're doing for today is Calim, Djinn Emperor. He is a 3/3 blue, 5/6, flying with Ward 2. His big effect that we're going to go over slightly slower in just a moment works like this. You pay 1 in a blue, you discard him from your hand, you tap up to 1 other non-land permanent, and then you draw a card. Then you can exile 2 copies of him from your graveyard to return another copy of him to the battlefield tapped. Now, I bet you're wondering, when are you ever going to have 3 copies of this guy in Historic Brawl? Well, Calim's main effect, and it's not, here we go, now let me scroll the text, is this last line right at the bottom, which is, whenever you discard Calim, conjure a card, you conjure a copy of him, right, into your library, the 7th card from the top. Which means that the trick with Calim is one of 2 things. 1, either how do you get him into your hand to discard him, and is that even worth it? Or 2, how do you make a bunch of copies of him? And we have gone, actually I want to make one more tweak to this deck. I'm going to add that, and I'm going to cut. I will post the updated list because this list has a couple little issues with it, but I will post the fixed list later. I'm going to get rid of not you. Yeah. So I was originally going to stream this deck last Thursday, but then a funny thing happened where I had to work 14 hours straight. And so obviously, by the time that I had finished work, I was not particularly in a let's go play some more, let's go do an hour-long stream close to midnight and just be completely ruined for the next day. So instead, we get it today. So the way this deck is built is it's pretty standard mono blue in terms of its support. So we have a lot of little ramp artifacts, we have all of the return all non-land permanents to hand cards, and we have the bunch of counter spells. But then the rest of it is mostly, yep, we have that. I'm probably going to mulligan this because, so as you can see, we have Consuming Tide, River's Rebuke, Cyclone Summon, or even just this opening hand. But I don't love our mana base. Or this person is just going to concede into me. Maybe they didn't get an opening hand that they wanted. Alright, we'll just crack out the next one. A little surprised they did that, to be honest. Miriam is an interesting matchup for this deck. I would say that it's basically decided by if I can counterspell Miriam and keep them, like the rest of the dragons, sure, whatever, they're also bad. But if they get out Miriam, I lose. If I counterspell Miriam twice, I win. But let's try to do some actual games. I'm not, unless it goes really badly, I'm not counting that as a win. Okay, Satoru Umezawa. Let's see, we have a 2-drop counterspell, we have Kefnet's Monument, we have a hand return. Yeah, I'll keep this. He has a 3-drop, right? So I'm going to do this instead. If we don't draw a land, I want to be a little bit more hesitant about doing that. But if next turn is a land, I would like to use Jishwari Disruption to block him from getting that out. Never mind, he's just going to get rid of it right now if he's smart. We'll see what he does. So this is black-blue. If you don't know this guy, basically he gives everything in your hand in Jutsu. So the way the deck is usually built is lots of small blue things that can't be blocked, Interesting. I would not have picked that. Alright. Our hand is not great right now, though. He probably knows that I sort of have to do that. Come on, give me a land game. So this might be black-blue, copy all your opponents, steal all your opponent's stuff instead. Yeah, it's looking what this is much closer like. Kefnet's Monument. I need one more so I can blink of the eye and get another card. Not what I'd like. It doesn't untap during opponent's next upkeep step. I think we hold Blink of the Eye and wait for him to try to ninjutsu something big in. Though I will be honest, the lack of like draw that we've gotten in this opening hand, or of the other like little, maybe should have mulliganed this. The Dread Fugue really threw me off balance because I was expecting to be able to counterspell this before it got out. This has... Alright. This has hexproof as long as it's untapped, right? I'm pretty sure ninjutsu is tapped and attacking. Yep. Ornithopter is kind of annoying here. Though what's more annoying is the fact that I'm not drawing any lands. Can't believe I'm about to do this. Doesn't... Oh, it has to be... Okay, so I... Wow, I'm an idiot. I'm winning no prizes for how I am piloting this right now, but to be fair, I also kind of expected to have slightly more land or any of my mana rocks. We play it out. We're probably going to get thrashed if he gets Earmath out, because he'll just Earmath and then he'll go dig through the rest of this, and then he'll go grab Emrakul. Not Emrakul. It's not Emrakul, the Eon's Torn. What is it? Ulamog, the Infinite Gyre. That's like the big target for this deck. Oh, he's going to steal Kefnet's Monument. Well, no point in blocking then. Too little, too late. This is a really good card. It probably won't make enough of a difference, but... He can only cheat one thing in, so he'll probably put Ornithopter back in hand, and then Leaving Skydiver. No, he's going to do the Worm. Alright, that's probably game. Agent of Raffine, the fact that I'm just getting no lands, right? Like, I would have put the Ornithopter back in hand because then he can just play it again and keep the Leaving Skydiver out, but... So this is target artifact. Yeah, so there's no point in not doing this. Because, let's see, so we will take 10. No, we won't. That's lethal. He's got lethal. Mate, I didn't draw any lands. I'm not sure how it's a good game. Alright, well that was terrible. Whew. Alright, let's do a couple more. I will be honest, the deck does in fact rely on, like many decks, does in fact rely on drawing land cards. Preferably more than 4 of them by like turn 7 or 8. It doesn't do as much without those. I wonder if I've seen a lot of Miriam decks. I don't get why that person instantly conceded earlier. But I also probably should not have kept that opening hand last game. I probably should have mulliganed that off. I thought 2 lands was fine, I was just very wrong. Let's see if I will learn from my mistakes this game. Alright, so it's Muldrotha the Gravetide, aka play things from your graveyard after turn 6. We have Brawl, we have Orvar, we have a lot of... We've got Counterspells, we've got Blink the Eye. I'm going to keep, and I'm on the play. So I will keep. Pass turn. Deathclap Glade. Brawl. I might do Rimwall Protector next turn, just to give, yeah. Okay, actually, no I won't, because turn 3... So this is turn 4, which means the big thing that he's going to do is he's going to play 1, he's going to play either Cultivate, Harrow, something, something. Anyway, it's going to be one of the big 4 ramp 2 lands. I don't want him to do that. That will resolve. Or he won't. Well, I can just keep punching you in the face. I'm waiting for him to try to do the extra ramp. Scry 2, then draw a card. Is that worth counterspelling? Probably not. What we're hoping for is that he greeds into doing another ramp spell. 1 top. What's he gonna do? Pass on turn. Field of Ruin. That I might counter. No, we let that resolve, unfortunately. Let's see. So now we're going to do Rimewall Protector. Let's see if this resolves. Or is he going to try to negate it? I won't have the mana to do Saw It Coming if I don't do it right now. Draw a card. You don't do much, if anything, in this specific matchup. Despite having a very valuable purpose in... What do you mean, good game? Sure ain't over yet, mate. Okay. Did you get off your infinite combo? Because it doesn't look like you have Omniscience on the board yet, and until you have Omniscience on the board, I don't care what you have on the board. I don't like you having that, but I don't like you having... I can give everything a lot of ward, which would be funny. Next turn, wait, no, let's do... He doesn't have an infinite combo yet. We're gonna do this. Okay. Well, Drotha's a very annoying deck to play against, especially in this, because unless you play like Tormod's Crypt, right, there's very little I can do to stop this deck. No blocks. Is his hand entirely land? That would explain why he's not doing anything. Still have Blink of the Eye. Blink of an Eye. Doesn't have enough cards in the graveyard to do as much as he would like yet. Also, he can only cast permanents, so... Here's what we're gonna do instead. What is this? Draw 3 cards, then 2. Well, Drotha's annoying because it's not even like this is a particularly aggressive matchup. It's just he's gonna discard 2 cards. Yep. Uro, exile 5 others. Ooh, search for Zendika. Yeah. Let's see. Although, we'll see. We'll see what he does here. Because if he wants to play Uro again, which is probably the right call. He'll have to give up everything else there. Maybe, maybe not. Turn up to 1 other target creature to its owner's hand. I would love 1 more mana so that I have access to my 5/7. I have to hold this, don't I? The problem with Shikuchi is that then he just goes and gets a bunch of cards. And even if he counters with Muldrotha, I should have played the Geyser Mage. Yeah. Without Graveyard Hate, this is just not a deck that this deck is going to win against. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, he can pay it. Ugh. He's got so much mana. Did he exile to do that? Yes, he did. So I'm just going to go do this. Like, he can still pay 3, but he can't get Muldrotha and Uro out in 1 turn. I am not getting any of the cards I would like to have. I would love some of my... Alright. Well, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Thanks, game. If it wasn't for the fact that I don't concede... Oh my god, and that's all of his incredibly good stuff. If it wasn't for the fact that I kind of try to make it a policy to not concede games while streaming, I would be long done. I would be so long done already. I believe the technical term is tilted AF. You have lethal, mate. Alright, so he has lethal. If he doesn't see that he has lethal, then... So I see 6, I see 7. That does in fact add to 13. Alright, so I can concede now. You had lethal. I say that I don't... I make an exception for when they have lethal on the board and they refuse to take it. Or when they start doing the showboaty thing. That kind of annoys me. I have 1 card in hand, 1 untapped, and you have a 7/7 with ward, some X. You have your 6X. Like, just... That's 13 damage. End the game. There is no 0 drop return to hand in this format. Alright, so we have Clone Crafter, Spell Pierce. Okay, this is much better. This is much, much better. Maybe this one will... Oh, but this is... We're gonna get thrashed. He's gonna play this on what turn? Oh, but he can't untap it this turn. Okay, maybe this isn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Alright, to play 1. Please play a mana rock. Please play a mana rock. Please play a mana rock. That's not a mana rock. This might be useful, though. But he doesn't have... Okay. I can punish that. Come on, play your commander. Oh, or don't. I'll just play Absorb Energy either way. Absorb Energy will make these 2 cheaper. Alright. Oh, is it can't be countered? Can't be countered. Cards in your hand that share a type with that. So do I do this? I can't counter his stuff anyway. I may as well. Copy of target creature control, except the copy is okay. Gets +2/+2. Do we have What's a bummer is that I think that without Rhythm of the Wild we had a much better chance here, so the big misread. Okay, never mind. New plan. Circle of Dreams Druid. So I will have... So he will have... Let's see. 5, 9, 10, and 5 is 15. So... That's 6. I need 7. We have a chance. It's not a high chance, but it's a chance. And I will take that. 33 in haste. That is... Nope, that's game. Okay. So I made... Okay, so Rhythm of the Wild I should have expected. Unless he does something stupid here to show off. Yeah. Nope, that's game. No blocks. What's depressing is that this deck is like... I'm amazed that I can't get a win with it, because this is much better than most of the other... I specifically went out of my way to make this deck boring and actually be able to win games. But the downside with doing that is that then you get matched against other people that are just playing decks that do the same thing. But that's okay. We'll finish this stream. I have other decks that I'll make in the future. One deck being a complete whiff is not the worst thing in the world. Ugh. So here's the annoying thing to me, is that this deck does some cool stuff when it is able to, like, set up, but... Right. But it doesn't do well into aggro, because it's blue, and blue doesn't ramp. Alright. I'm keeping this. I do not care. We have Blink of the Eye. Blink of an Eye, we have Mind Stone, we're on the play. Let's just go. Well, Mind Stone. Now the real question is this the instant sorcery variant of the deck? Is this a stall out variant, or is this just quick rush down? Arcane Signet, yep. I have the crab. Because we have the crab, we're going to do that. And then we're going to make a poor decision called, maybe if I get my commander out fast enough I can make this be meaningful. I wanted a counterspell for his instant or sorcery. No, we're still doing it. It'll slow down his attack. Personally, I would prefer to be able to... Okay, so this is... Yeah, this is token-based generation. Neat. I will say that aggro is a particularly awful matchup for this deck. See if we can go find a return all to hand. That's 9. That's terrible. Does he control 16? That's not what I want. Of course. Even if he pays 1, so there's no point. Well, here's what we're going to do instead. Tap up to 1. Decline. I don't have any other way to get cards, so that is... Why is that a 5/4? Nice, you control get +2/+1. Is that lethal? 15. No blocks. 5 times 3, yep. Okay, and that is not... Okay, well, let's see. How can we draw cards? Founding Conundrum. Come on! Where is a... Okay, Watch this last card that I'm 1 mana off casting be the... Nope, okay, that's game. Next, all attacks. I turn on. So I will say that since I didn't stream this last Thursday, I have played it for the last 4 days. It has done fairly well. It has not usually just run into this. All right, this is honestly getting demoralizing for me at this point. I will play until I get one legitimate win. So if you're watching this video and you can see that the stream has an extra hour and a half remaining in it, if you're not watching it live, you know why. I still think this is a neat deck. Oh boy. Okay, so I'm going to mulligan this because what I want are my cheap sorceries that let me... Is it going to be Mind Spike? Nope, Liliana Stewart. Island. Okay. Alright, let's see how he's going to respond to this. Oh, I should have kept this in my hand. I'm an absolute moron. Ugh. I'm just not playing well today. I was playing a lot of draft earlier. I'd like to blame that as the reason, but I think the actual reason is I'm just kind of sucking. What do you give up? A dig spell and a land. I'm surprised that that is what he chose to do. I guess Orvar's weird. Orvar looks like a really big threat, but then when you're actually playing him, you recognize that he's really kind of a weenie. Let's do this. Next. No attacks, and turn. Oh, you're a rogue, not a wizard. For some reason I thought this was a wizard. I really like this card. 5, 6, 7. I might send this back to his hand. I would rather steal cards from his deck. Let's see. Five mana. I could steal a little bit more, or I can just... No, wait. No attacks. End turn. I'll probably end up Blink of an Eyeing Tigrid. Yep, that will resolve. I'm going to go grab a card off the top of your deck. Turn target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. That will give up a swamp. Okay, that's useful. We'll play that now. And well, I should have done this differently. Nope, I'm going to keep stealing cards off his deck. That's what I'm going to keep doing. Yes, I like that. One, two attackers. Each player discards a card. Each player sacrifices a creature. Discard a card. I will give up that. He gives up his commander. Let's see what he gave up. Okay, Lithoform Blight. Give up that, and that gets rid of. That gets rid of Forsworn Paladin for the moment. Now the real hope is that his last card in hand is not. Okay, that's not good, but this could be a lot worse. So now we do this. You may in fact have my island. Now I do this. Rankle. So now I can hit you for 7. Whenever an opponent sacrifices... Okay, I should think about this carefully for a moment, actually. Next to combat, next to attackers. 1, 2. If I do both... Okay, so he's at 6, 7, 8. Each player sacrifices a creature. Each player sacrifices a creature. Okay, I want my full control, so I will sacrifice that. I did this wrong again. Why did I do this wrong? Each player sacrifices a creature. I'm an idiot. I just threw the game with this. I have to give up. Well, he's going to get both of them next turn because I just threw everything. Gosh damn. Okay, no wait, I still did this right, I think. So he can hit me, so I just have to hope that he doesn't... I think I have to probably give him negate if he tries to make me discard cards. Then return a creature or planeswalker. What does he have access to? He's going to get the rat. I'm going to give him the rat. Negate his target non-creature spell. Ah, man. Alright. But I didn't sack a creature for that. And I'm going to have a 7/7, so he can hit me for 5. Next turn he can hit me for 7, right? Oh, he's got lethal. Well, I have no choice. Oh, that's got menace. I am dumb. I'm very dumb. Okay, so I threw this game again. I just didn't have to sacrifice anything, and I would win. But I tried to be clever. He has lethal, so he has Hive of the Eye Tyrant and Tegric God of Fright. And they both have menace, and I have 1 blocker. But there's always the possibility he does something really stupid, like trying to spend all of his mana on 1 really big card. Don't think anything, don't say anything. I get to draw 1 more card. It probably won't be the one I need. It costs 6 to do that, right? 5, 6, well, let's do this. I can't block both of his menaces. I can block 1, so we're just going to go to combat. We're going to hope that he is not paying enough attention to what he has access to, and just try to stave out a win. Please do something stupid. Nope, he figured it out. Alright. Let's say I was going to live here. Yep, destroy target creature. Wow. 1 life off lethal. That feels bad. This isn't even like, ugh. You know what? I've said this isn't even a terrible deck, but you know from its performance, yeah, I don't know what to say on that one. Oh well. Alright, come on. Give me 1 good matchup. 1 favorable game. Instead of giving me the wrong cards every single... Alright, we'll keep. So this is probably Warlock Tribal if it's built the same way my version of this deck is, but no attacks and turn. Interesting. Come on, give me a land. That is technically what I asked for, yep. Berry Seer. Okay, okay. There's some... How do we want to do this? Semblance Scanner or Island? What do I need next? Semblance Scanner, I want the Island first, I think. And I'm going to go get my Raven now as well. Fine by me. Okay, we have our Counterspell. It's whenever it enters ETBs, right? We have a Counterspell. We have a Trick Spell. We have a little bit of land, and we have this. Yep, that's fine. I might Counterspell that, though, to prevent him from continually... What's he going to do with it? No, you know what? Let's see what he does with it. Is he going to do the... Sacrifices a creature, artifact, land? Creature, artifact, and land. He doesn't have an artifact, but he can still discard a card, sacrifice a creature, an artifact, and a land. He can still do it. He'd give up a land to try to get the 4/4 out. Nope, each player loses 4 life unless the 2 life unless they discard a card. Decline. Pass. Oh, before we let him have his turn, I'm going to go borrow some more cards. There's a swamp. I'm not afraid of him getting that out just yet, so we'll do this. Attack target creature you control. Yeah. I could have re-equipped it to something else, but I think this is fine because we have the Malakir Rebirth. We'll let that resolve. It's the next one that I need to counter. Actually, I think I just let it come out. So what, a 5/5? I'm just going to sacrifice Cursebound Witch. What if I... decline. Draft a card from your spellbook. Yep. So it's the next one I want to counter. Oh, but he's going to have the mana to not let me do that. Oops. Resolve. Mr. Attackers. My turn. I'm going to do this as a land. I want to do... Let's do Mind Stone. And next to combat. One attacker. Yep, next. End turn. Is he going to do the Hag or is he going to do Acerak? Acerak is the smart choice. I'm going to let him have Acerak, unfortunately. I still have Flood of Tears, which is fine. The Atropal. The Atropatopal. The Tropadopal. The Ropadope. Okay, there we go. I returned 4 or more, so I could play somebody else out again. I'm going to make a bad decision here. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Now, we just need to hope that he doesn't have a removal spell, realize what I'm about to do, and is willing to play that removal spell. Okay. So he'd still need a 3-drop removal spell. Oh, he's going to get rid of Magic Mirror, really. 7, 8. I guess I could have played it next turn. Oh, he's black. He doesn't really have a good way to deal with. Well, he doesn't really have a good way to deal with. Well, I'm just going to take the hit. Does he have a board wipe? No, he has that. Okay. Let's do this. I'm going to say instants, because I would like counterspells. Dang it, there's my mirror box. But it's gone now. Before he goes to combat, we'll tap down Acerak with Calim. Unless he tries to memory lapse out Hourglass Coven. Is that? Repeat this process. Foreign. Sacrifices a creature. Foreign. I don't feel like letting you have any more cards. Except I just messed this up because now Acerak is bigger than Alrund. Blue. Next to combat. Tails, 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 tails. Instant. Well. Now Alrund is big again. Hooray! Except I no longer have counterspells. Tap. And tap. Okay. Oh, because he can no longer pay 3 life to do the flip. Alright. That was 53 minutes of playing this game. No, I'm doing one more game. Like, this deck is good. It's really not as bad as the last 5 games prior to this would make you think. It could probably do some more tuning, but I played a lot more games than what you've seen on stream today. Okay. First sliver. Wonder if it's just time of day. Disdainful Stroke, saw it coming. This is technically speaking not a terrible opening hand. I'm going to keep. The real question is, what's this 2-drop going to be? Is it going to be a rock? No, it's a 2/2 sliver. Okay. Saw it coming. Man, that thing's face is creepy. Really hope my next card is a land. The fact that he's taking this long means he probably has a lot of really good choices. Which is what some people have called bad news for me. Huh. That's not what I was expecting. Well, you've got your 4... Okay, oh, he's... I think he's mana screwed. Which means I think we counterspell rocks if he plays them. Nope, he's got 5. Okay. I think that's the right choice. Because the thing is, if I don't do that, then he has the mana next turn for first sliver, and that's kind of what I don't want him to be able to do. Okay, we have Snowborn Simulacra. That's cool. That's cool. If X is 5 or more, I need one more. Okay, here's how we're gonna do this. Fibble Flip the Lost. Please draw me a land. Not quite what I wanted. So here's what I'm thinking. We are going to make a copy of Asika, steal the Prismatic Bridge, play the Prismatic Bridge, and then cross our fingers and pray. I will stroke it disdainfully. Sawed off. Please don't get something very good. What did he get? Okay, that is not great, but could be worse. Actually, no, that's terrible. Okay, I really need a land. Okay, alternate plan. Zika God of the Tree. Island. I've bought myself a little bit of time. Let's see. So he can hit me for 10. I play it, and then he hits me for another 10. I lose. So if I can't top deck some better form of nope, that might be game. He's going to have it enter as a copy of yep. Okay, if I top deck a hand return spell, the game continues. If I don't, this is pretty much it. Cool, it's more not land. I should have Snowborn Simulacrumed earlier, maybe. Like, that's game, but... Alright, well, what are you going to do with Vivian Reed? Destroy target artifact enchantment. Yep, we get it. You have lethal. Well, this is demoralizing as all hell. Miriam, Sentinel Worm. Do. Let's check one thing quickly. 76. That's not too bad. With a little bit of rain. So let's go food shopping. Got a bunch of little things to do, a bunch of little tasks on my to-do list. I guess I can technically cross off Magic the Gathering stream. Fairy Seer. This is dragons, which means I actually kind of want that. I don't have another spell, so I think we throw away Opt and we leave that there. Cold Steel Heart. Blue. And then next turn we're probably going to have to do Mirrormade. Unless he does something cooler that I want to steal. Because Mirrormade will give us Nightclub Bouncer, and Nightclub Bouncer means we have slightly more time to slow things down. But Cyclone Summoner is the big one here. Maybe I should have held for Counterspell, but yep, I should have held for Counterspell. So he gets 1 and 2, but he doesn't get to play both this turn, which means I get a little bit more time, which means we are going to do Mirrormade as a copy of Cold Steel Heart. Blue. I would really love it, game, if you would let me draw any lands. This deck has 40 lands. But you would not know that from looking at the cards that I draw. I would like to save my Counterspell for Miriam. Like I said, this deck has a decent matchup against Miriam under the condition that I actually just keep them from playing Miriam itself. Also, the in-game music appears to have just stopped. Yep, okay, so I can see what his next turn play is going to be. Please don't ruin my Cold Steel Hearts. I don't have anything else. Alright, there we go. There's that. We are going to next. Game, please. There is only so much you can possibly be doing. Actually, there's probably a lot of things you can be doing, but I'm annoyed and would like you to go faster. Also, it's not possible that you are roping me already. Thank you. There we go. Counterspell. Thassa or Semblance Scanner? I am going to go with Semblance Scanner. So he currently has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? Which is enough. Okay. I will keep Brainstorm and I will keep that island. Brainstorm. Thank you. Cunning Geyser Mage is kind of useless. Nightclub Bouncer has a purpose, but not as good of one as I would like. So is this whenever you cast? No, it's whenever you enter. So you two are going back into the deck. Nightclub Bouncer on top. Maybe I should have done more Nightclub Bouncers. Okay, whatever. Call the Storm Giants. Next. No attacks. End turn. Now please play a really big dragon that I can counter with Disdainful Stroke. Thank you. Alright, do we think he held 2 for Essence? Okay, so no, we're going to go to combat next. First. I could also just do Nightclub Bouncer here. It's not a wizard. I could do... So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know what? Doing Nightclub Bouncer first. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is probably the smarter thing here, stupidly enough. Yes. Auto pay. Okay, now we do the Fairy Seer. He's still got 7 mana, so... For the love of all that's holy, mate, let my card resolve. I need some better music that I can play in the background. Should I just go get myself copyright struck? This stream is awful, so maybe I will. Yes, we're going to keep that there. Now, if we're lucky, he doesn't have a land. He'll play Miriam. Spend all of his mana to play Miriam again, because I'm tapped out. And then I can play Thassa and bounce Miriam again. The issue is at some point he will realize that he's devoting all of his efforts to Miriam, and I'm devoting all my efforts to Miriam, and all he has to do is just play any other smaller dragons, and I am hosed. That, or they've gone to go get some Cheetos, or like a drink, and this game will end because they've DC'd. Or they'll do that. That's bad. What does this do again? Is it just make me miserable? Can I do Thassa? I will return, so let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll do it this way. It's combat damage to a player. Nightclub Bouncer. Wizard, wizard, wizard. I want this dead. So many cards in hand, though. Part of me is like, I should just go get some cruddy, play some cruddy music and just costs one less, costs one less, costs one more. So those cancel out, so it's a 5-drop. Why is that? Oh, because I never boosted its cost. Oh, it's not over yet. Let's see how this is going to go. That's a problem. My top deck a land. Top deck a land. If I can top deck a land, I can tap down. Okay, let's think about this for half a second before I do it. I top deck a land, so I tap down both of his dragons. Target a spell or ability an opponent controls. Yeah, we're doing it this way. Yep. For the love of all that's holy, dude, just... This is excruciating. Okay, finally. Actually, so if he's out of... Okay, so 2 there, everything else here. Or maybe not everything else, maybe just this. Yeah. I can't believe I've done this. How did he... Oh. I'm honestly quite annoyed that this person is just taking so long on their turns. Because it's making me not think. But I did not even think to suspect that they would be able to make that cost a lot less. Well, it's probably game. We still have Cyclone Summoner, though. My dude, please just take your turn. This is excruciating. If this expires, I think it starts auto-passing, right? Okay, yeah, and they just concede. That was very... Alright, one more game. One more game. One more game and we end out this this disaster, this walking disaster of a stream. This will not be posted to the Reddit. So that makes like 3 wins and 4 excruciating, miserable losses. Ugh. Everybody loves to hear a good comeback story. Never give up. Let's see. Maybe I should move that a little over here so people don't hear my breathing as much. All right. All right. Blue versus red. A solid game to just end it. Krenko can absolutely ruin me. I can stall him out at all. I can absolutely win this. Opponent goes first, so of course. All right, keep. We have Wizard. We have Jawari Disruption. We have Memory Lapse. We are going to do everything in our power to try to win this one. May not be enough, but we're still going to do it. So whenever attacks, yep. This is token generation, and so this could be token generation or it could be red tribal. I guess this we'll probably know. Okay, cool. So now we know. So it looks like it's just aggro. Wizard. No more hand size. Let's see what his turn 2 is going to be. Goblin Arsonist. You should have reconfigured that. I'm going to memory lapse this one. All right. And now we have Find the Villain's Lair if we need it. I should have memory lapsed last turn. I should have disruptioned instead of memory lapse. All right, so he's got it as a 5-drop, which means we're going to play our island next end turn. Jawari Disruption. He's dealing damage, but we are slowing him down. Island, end turn. Come on. Voracious Great Shark. We now have something on the battlefield. Draw 2 cards. All right, we have Saw It Coming. We have Mirrorhall Mimic. It's a party. I think we saw it coming. Icon of Ancestry, though. All right. So what do we do here? Calim. And then I think we do Mirrorhall Mimic as a copy of probably Calim. Actually, no, it's probably a copy of Krenko. Whenever you draw a card. Mirrorhall Mimic as a copy of Krenko. Last attackers. Okay. It's Turkish equals the number of goblins and opponent controls. Overcharged Amalgam. Sacrifice a creature. Woo! One legitimate win. Alright, that's where we will call it for today. Or at least that's where we will call this part of the stream. Because it is time. It is time for the bit where we rate Calim. So, I used his ability like once. It's neat, it's a cool ability, but Calim is mono blue 5/6 flyer for 6. Like, he's not fantastic. His ability is really cool if you can do stuff with it, but there's really only... So here's the thing that surprises me. My deck has a lot of clone spells in it. I think we saw maybe one of those, one of them once or twice. Calim is neat if you can manage to find tricky ways to do stuff with him. There's probably a deck that incorporates more like artifact search, so Whir of Innovation, Semblance Seeker, and then combine that with Box of Legends, most likely, to try to set up some sort of combo. But he's just not... He's not all that great. He's good, but he's not amazing. And I can't say that I feel like those games went better than the games I did with Wilson. So... C tier, D tier. A little bit of both tier. Calim gets the spot in D tier. If you, for some reason, enjoyed this stream, presumably because you're a sadist and you like seeing me suffer and play horribly and have horrible games, don't forget to lick the scrib and all of that stuff. I'm going to be doing these for every single card. And next time, it will hopefully be a much smoother, and I will actually win games. It does, in fact, usually happen. Until then, I will see you next time. Take care.